The Central Club.
What's going on, people? Welcome to the Central Club. This episode is brought to you by Re-Inspire Printing and Weekend Defender. If you haven't already, make sure you hit that like button, subscribe to the club and hit the bell button to be notified of future content. Today we are in Ynysybwl. Yes, you might have heard me speak about Ynysybwl in previous videos, and you might have seen people recommend it on my socials. It has been requested so many times. And if you remember Miles from our previous videos, what's happening, Mike?
What's happening, bro? How are you doing?
This is his hometown.
It is indeed. Yep. Born and bred up the Bull. So yeah, happy to give you a tour today, mate, and we'll hopefully see some characters along the way and have a chat with them.
Yeah. This place is it's got a rich history in Ynysybwl. Is it the Lady
Windsor Colliery? Yeah.
Windsor Colliery. So Ynysybwl is basically, I'd say, the outskirts of Pontypridd. It's not too far away from Cardiff, but it's on the other side of Ponty, and it's actually, if you look on a map, you can tell that this village or this town was built purely for the colliery, because it's in the middle of nowhere. It's purpose built. If you remember, we went Glyncoch. Glyncoch is just down the road there, so it's one road in, one road out to Glyncoch. Further on, one road in, one road out for Ynysybwl.
Yeah, the Bull Straight.
The Bull Straight, that's what they call it, is it?
Indeed.
It's also, for quite a small village, a lot of talent have come out of Ynysybwl in their time, hasn't it?
A lot of talent, a lot of talent. They still seem to be producing talent as well to this day. But yeah.
We even got boys in the background giving the Ayatollah.
Yeah.
This is a Cardiff stronghold, isn't it?
Yeah, plenty of Cardiff fans
Jacks up here. What's happening, boy?
One or two, but they're soon weeded out, mate. Yeah, there's not many up here.
Yeah, so, we'll have a little walk around, hopefully see some people. Yeah. More than anything, have a look at the history, because I know you know your stuff, Maya, and it'd be nice to just take us round, isn't it? It's Friday. The sun is still out a little bit, it's getting late, so we'll find out. Stay central. What's your name, mate? Jack, nice to meet you. You Ynysybwl native then, or?
Yeah, born and bred in Ynysybwl.
Yeah?
Yeah.
What do you make of the place?
Best place in the world. Can't fault it. And everyone from every valley thinks it's the best place in the world, don't they?
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
Ynysybwl, best place ever.
Yeah, well, I got a good friend up here I'm going to meet now, and he speaks highly of the place, like, do you know what I mean? And he delivers all over, and I know we're biased of our areas and stuff, but a lot of people have requested me to come to Ynysybwl, What would you say the community's like in Ynysybwl?
Very close community, can't fault it. Everyone knows everyone.
Yeah.
Everyone looks out for everyone, innit?
Yeah. Do you have like in terms of shopping and shops, have you got everything here?
Yeah, you've got the co-op. To be honest, everyone goes to Ponty or down the...
Yeah, it's just through
down
Glyncoch.
up a boat if you want to do a big shop, like.
Yeah.
You've got everything you need, yeah.
Any boozers up here?
Sorry?
Any boozers up here?
Yeah, well, you've got the Rob, you've got the Corn, you've got the Rugby Club. You used to have the Oval Pub, but that's gone now. But the Rob's the main attraction, I'd say.
Yeah, on the weekend you're quite busy in
there, yeah.
Oh, happy days, isn't it? Yeah.
No, can't fault it.
If you could describe Ynysybwl in a couple of words.
You never know what's around the corner. It's just always something going on.
Yeah.
It's always interesting.
Yeah.
Always interesting. Always keeps you on your toes. Can't fault it.
Characters up here, is he?
Oh, Christy.
Yeah.
Hell of a characters.
So,
can't fault it.
So what's the main... Well, give me one positive thing and one negative thing about Ynysybwl.
Positive. There's loads. It's a good community. You've got everything's close. Everyone knows everyone. Go to the pub. Everyone, you walk through the door. Everyone knows you. It's never trouble really, unless you're just being an idiot. Like.
Yeah.
Negatives. I don't really. I know I'm from there. Like.
You're the first guy I've ever known to not give a negative an area, so it must be good.
Maybe if we want, like, the only thing I'd say, like, if you wanted like a proper like nightclub night or something like that, you got to travel, like go to Ponty, get a taxi, stuff like that. But to be honest, the pubs around there, they stay open late. So
happy days.
You get everything you want, yeah. Can't fault it.
Hey, lovely to meet you.
No
Thank you
problem.
very much.
Lovely to meet yourself.
Hey, have a good day.
Take care, both.
I don't fucking recognise him.
I know. How the fuck do you recognise me, like, innit?
That's man.
So what's Ynysybwl like?
Shit, like.
Nothing fucking all to do.
Is that what it is? It's just lack of things to do.
Yeah, nothing to do for kids, yeah.
Not much.
You don't see no kids on the street anymore.
No.
No.
Yeah, some of the other estates I've been to, there is a lot for the kids to do. Like, do you know what I mean? It's,
Fuck, you go park up the top. That's fucking it. Like.
yeah. You rugby players, yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah, I play for the Bull, yeah?
Yeah.
What league you in? Oh, what are you? Youth? Seconds, men's?
Seconds.
Yeah?
I'm not anymore.
No?
No, I retired after you.
You just represent still, like. But I like that you represent, but he's fucking hell. So, yeah. I mean, hey! What's that? A lot of Cardiff fans up here, yeah?
Yeah, all around you.
Yeah,
There's
yeah.
some nice ones found on you.
I'd like to think that, mate. It never makes sense when I see someone who's got a CF postcode but they support Swansea. What's all that about, innit? I didn't clock that up there. Is that people?
Yeah. Oh, fuck, yeah, it's drinking.
What's that?
Oh, youngsters drinking eyes.
What,
Either go up there or it's dark up there, forestry.
what's that called then?
That's just the mountain eyes.
And you walk through these trees.
Go up.
Sorry, mate.
You go the Taft Trail. Go up there and that's where you go drink up there.
My boy. What's happening?
Have a little campfire up there. Fucking alcohol cans.
Yeah.
Probably
Yeah.
like 16, 15-year-olds up there having a drink like.
Fucking hell. Yeah, looks alright though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hell of a view. See all
Hell
the
of a
views.
view, man. I know, man. It's these places
It's
are
a
lovely.
nice place, but fucking. Yo, it's fucking.
What's it like for drugs up here? Do you have many drug problems?
Rapid.
Is there?
Yeah, it's mostly like coke and all that. Like,
Yeah.
But you wouldn't say smackers up there. It's all coke, fucking cat.
It's all rugby culture up here.
The rugby culture. You wouldn't say there's no crack users up here.
no.
or-
No
You
one
see-
you notice, anyway.
Nah, you wouldn't see. Oh, that's Ponty. It's like.
Yeah.
You'll see always ad on Ponty, but fucking up there, it's fucking all coke, cat, all shit like that. Like.
Yeah. So
But-
this is a strong rugby community.
Oh, yeah,
So
100%.
you know everyone plays or their brother or cousins play and
everyone got family playing rugby for the ball. Like.
yeah.
all the
Yeah.
time.
What division they in?
Division 2.
Ah, it's not bad, is it?
Yeah. They were
Decent.
relegated from Division 1 last year.
Yeah, it's a tough league though, isn't it? You know,
Yeah.
it's
It is mental, but
yeah.
it is. Everyone knows each other around you. Always.
Have you lived here all your lives?
Yeah.
Would you live anywhere else?
No.
I-
Well, I don't.
I would, but I don't think I could. Like,
Yeah.
if I moved out here,
You'll
it'd
miss
be
it when
it'd
Yeah.
be abroad, like
Yeah.
Australia or something. But like, if I ever lived in Wales, it'd be here.
Yeah. Yeah.
Always. But like, everyone knows everyone around there. Fuck it, you go walk up Robert Street, fucking. Alright, what's happening? You know I'm like.
Yeah. Can that be irritating as well though at times, or like there's
sometimes,
always
yeah.
the same
If you're doing-
faces,
if you're
or if
doing
there's
something-
drama?
Yeah, if there's some like dodgy business going on, like you know someone, fucking, it's a bit thing, but like it's always good to know someone.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But, like,
What? No, say hello. No, come on, no. if that's your question, yeah, that's what I'm doing. He's one of my boys, man. He plays a fair one. What?
Is your brother still in Glyncoch?
In Glynk?
Yeah, that boy that looked like your brother.
I know. He looked like him, didn't he? What? You up here? Yeah. Is this where you are?
Nah, I live in
Oh yeah. You alright though? Yeah. It's good to see you, bro. Ta-da.
Hey, the celebs on the ball!
Fucking hell, seems like they all know me up there, mate. Fucking hell. Yeah, so I'm going to go see my mate now, I am, because he's going to take me to a few places.
Yeah.
Where do you recommend I go?
Where's
Where's the rough and ready area of Ynysybwl?
in go to Rob, literally the pub.
The pub,
literally,
where there was about 100 people in the garden.
Up on your left, bit. Go up there.
Wow.
That's where we're off now. But
Is it?
Yeah.
Come and catch you in a bit, yeah? Thank you, boys. Ta-da, boys. Look at this. Oh, that's lovely, isn't it? So where was this situated?
So this is in Taunton Village in Ynysybwl, and it's to commemorate the Lady Windsor Colliery. And this is one of the paths that the miners used to walk to work here.
This
Yeah.
path here?
Yeah, and many others.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so the miner's lamp commemorates my husband who passed away 6 years ago. That's his number, and the colliery, obviously we used to look across here to the colliery site, it's right across there.
Raised or was it down?
Down. So
Is that
over
a
the
coal?
roof line there,
I
yeah,
was just saying, is that a coal tip? It looks like a bit of a coal.
that's
flat
the
there.
coal tip.
Yeah,
Course,
you
that's
can
the
see
flag
it.
tip.
Yeah.
That's
Slurry and stuff.
been replanted, obviously, when they took down the colliery. And they replanted it, and
It
all those
looks.
trees are new.
Yeah, and I was going to say where the yellow is, it looks like that's what's grown on top of it, like, you
It's
know.
the ghost, yeah. So there's a path you can walk all the way along that road there, and at the top road, it's called the Roman Road, which is a Roman road.
The old
It's
Roman
actually
road,
been,
yeah.
and you can actually walk over to Abercynon from here. So, yeah,
It's mad, isn't it? It's a 20-minute drive, half-hour drive on a.
yeah,
If there was a road,
hour and a half walk.
or a 2-minute drive if there was a road. I mean,
Yeah, exactly.
or a 10-second job on a drone.
Yeah, so I put this there. So this is mine. So I put this here.
You've done this?
My T2 Sugars did it.
Yeah. Oh, this is the second
Yeah.
T2 Sugars we've had on the
Yeah, so he did it for me.
on the pod.
And I did it specifically because a lot of the kids walk through this lane to get to school, which is at the end of the street.
Give them a bit of history, innit?
And I wanted to make sure that our culture and heritage stays alive, really.
I can't fault it.
See, my grandfather was a miner, my father was a miner, and so was my husband.
So what year did it close then?
1988.
Yeah, I was just speaking to the gentleman in Pwthcelyn.
Yeah.
And they were talking about the
Penrhyn Colliery.
yeah, and then they went and worked up the Merthyr Vale one then as well.
Deep Dyffryn, yeah.
Yeah. It's what's your whole take on the Welsh mining? The whole thing about it, really. I speak to some old timers, and they're like, in a way, they're quite glad it's gone, and others are like really sad about it.
I think there's two different sides of the coin, isn't it? You know, when you listen to some old miners, my husband included at the time, he loved it. Loved the camaraderie, loved the boys, the banter, making sure they all had their backs, and they did. But the other side of it was quite shocking. You know, the dust, pneumoconiosis for a lot of people, lung cancer. And I mean, when you go back to the history of coal, kids, women, men, it was quite a brutal industry. But later on, obviously in the 1970s, 60s and 70s, when health and safety came into it, it got better and better, but it was still a dusty, dirty, stinking workplace, wasn't it? But you listen to the men, some of the men, they loved it.
Yeah. I being a Cardiff boy, I have this kind of, weirdly enough, this bereavement, this grief I feel for them shutting down. I don't know why, like, I'm just so proud of the history and what we had here and why these areas were built, you know?
This Ynysybwl was built specifically for the mine. So a lot of the streets around here are named after the miners, the mine owners, or their wives. So like Crochet Street was Lady Crochet, and all those different things. So there's lots of history here. And Danacribbin, and further down, these were built for Durham miners. My house is a 3-storey house, this one, and there's only 3, so mine's the middle one. But it was built from a quarry. So the stone for these houses was taken from here, there.
Glyncoch quarry?
Craigeresque, that's another story.
I know.
Yeah, that's appalling what's happening there, but there you go.
We've been covering that.
It's
It's
disgusting.
sad, isn't it?
It's awful. I think it's appalling. But yeah, hopefully they'll get justice.
Yeah.
Um,
So did you just say crochet? So you mean like crochet
Crochets.
Merthyr crochet?
Yeah, crochet
So he had all
states.
this as well, did he?
Yeah. Crochet states.
Yeah.
Yeah, huge.
Yeah.
Absolutely huge. So I think it was during the early 80s. You had Abercynon Colliery, the other side, and then Lady Windsor Colliery here. And during the early parts of the 80s, the mines joined. So they ran a roadway.
They dug in so far.
Straight through and connected the 2 mines.
Of what areas again?
Abercynon and Ynysybwl.
Okay.
So the Lady Windsor and Abercynon Colliery. The old Albion Colliery, Abercynon, and yeah.
So technically, some of them could have come from here and walked over to Abercynon.
Oh, without a doubt. Without a doubt.
Yeah, fascinating.
There's a lot of history here, mining history, but lots of other history. You know,
Well,
for a little village, we've done very well
Yeah.
sporting-wise, and
Yeah.
Garen Jenkins, Staff Jones, and just rugby. We've done a lot of other, sporting heroes of different sports.
Football as well.
Exactly.
In the last Wales squad before the very recent Wales squad, that was the last. He was part of the the Wales squad that played against Pele.
Yeah.
So yeah, and his grandson is actually playing for Wales at the moment, Carl Dallo, the goalkeeper.
Oh, never.
So he's Kenny Leake's grandson.
Ken Leake is
Yeah.
part of Anthony's family.
Yeah.
The Leakes,
Yeah.
Wow.
my husband's family. So yeah. Yeah.
You know, you can tell this was built for the mines when you look at it on the map, because it is literally like,
Yeah.
there's nowhere. Oh, you've got the mountains connecting, but if you look on a map, it is isolated.
Yeah.
You've got Glyncoch down the road.
One road in, one road out.
Yeah, yeah, and it's like this was built because it was a strategic.
It's built pretty
Yeah.
much,
It was.
Yeah.
But also, I mean, Miles must probably take to the recreation ground now in a bit. The recreation ground is still owned by Ynysybwl, which is the miners' welfare, and it will never ever come out of the hands of Ynysybwl. And the recreation ground can only ever be used for recreation. So that recreation
good.
ground was paid for and built by the miners.
Wow,
So yeah, which is really,
really
nice.
positive. Yeah,
Yeah, and it's quite rightly so. They should never go to anywhere else.
yeah.
You know.
So, Ynysybwl on a whole, like how it is now, since all this has gone, how has it changed? Did it change for better, for worse?
Oh, I think it's a bit of both. If personally, there used to be a time where you know everybody who lived here. I still know most people that live here, but there's a lot of people now moved into Ynysybwl, which is not a bad thing, that I don't know. And years and years ago, I got married in the miners' strike in 1984. My husband was a miner. We got married in the middle of the strike. But everybody pulled together. The whole village pulled together. During COVID, this whole village pulled together. When you need that community spirit, it's here in Miles, you know, and and that's really reassuring. That hasn't changed. You don't see it as much, but when it's needed, it comes out, doesn't it? And it's really good. It's nice to see that. But one thing that I think is different, we were talking about this earlier, I think people don't take as much pride in where they live anymore. Everybody's busy, everybody's got working lives. Mums, dads now work, whereas mums would normally, I suppose, stay at home and, you know, make sure that the front was swept and things like that, and all those sorts of things. Yeah, but now that seems to have changed. We have groups of people who will clean up, litter pick and that sort of things, and the one thing that really drives me mad is the fact that people dump litter in places that are so fantastic.
Yeah, I agree.
You know?
I think it's probably an everywhere problem when we talk about, you know, we used to know everyone and, you know, we don't anymore. I think it's not just here, you know, that's everywhere, isn't it? But you're right, I do feel like that sense of pride is gone.
It's gone a little bit, yeah, but the community spirit is still alive, and that's really good. So that's worth everything to me. That's great.
So how does Ynysybwl stand above the rest, or, you know, why is it different to the rest of the Welsh Valleys?
I don't think it's any different to the Welsh Valleys. It's just where I used to be in, if you like. It's where I grew up, it's where I got married, it's where I've lived ever since. So I'm sure there would be many other villages around the valleys who would say exactly the same as I'm saying now, because they you know, they're homegrown, aren't they? They were born and bred there. I'm born and bred in Ynysybwl, and I'm sure there's many villages who would tell you exactly what I'm saying to you now about where they live. I think the valleys are unique. I really do. They thrive. They pull together. They get on with what they need to get on with. No matter what things people or life throws at them, they manage to find a way to pick it up and get through it. Always.
Would you ever leave?
Yes.
You would?
I would.
That's unique. Most of the people I would never leave.
Yes, I would.
Yeah?
Yeah. I'm well travelled. I lived in Luton for a long time when I was a kid. I've seen lots of different other sides of the coin, if you like. And yes, I would leave.
Thank you very much.
You're very welcome.
Danacribbin, we are at the moment.
That's what it's called, Danacribbin.
Danacribbin is the
yeah?
actual estate, yeah. DYC. It's a big estate. So hundreds of houses. Quite spaced out, but then you've got our little streets in between as well.
Okay.
So yeah, spent a lot of time up here as a kid growing up, because the lane we're going to go to later on, it joins up with the back of my street and joins onto the primary school. So yeah, many a summer down here, mate. Spent playing football and knocking about.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's a big old estate, mate, and hopefully we can bump into a few locals to have a chat with you.
Yeah, so it stretches back, does it?
It does, mate. Yeah, so we go. It's like you've got the length here, but then they go up on top of each other as well. So
Right, I see.
the blocks where they go up, so they're like rows and rows. There's sort of front and back gardens.
What type of housing is it? Is it just houses or?
Yeah, it's just houses, mate. There's like a little block of flats right down the bottom there, but there's a block right down on the end there, just in between New Road and here.
Yeah.
But for the most part, yeah, they're just all houses, mate. Yeah.
And would you say they're mainly owned, the council? Or?
It's a mixture, it is, mate. Yeah, it's a mixture. You've got like former council houses as well that are now owned. People who've been living here years and years and years. You've got obviously your rented accommodations as well. So yeah, it's a mixture, it is, mate. Yeah.
What's your name?
Meg. My name's Meg.
How old are you, Meg?
24.
You lived at, I've just been speaking to your mother off camera,
Yeah.
who didn't want to come on, understandably. But she's a road girl,
Yeah.
who, Cardiff, moved to Ynysybwl. You lived here all your life? Or?
Yeah, well, we lived in Abercynon before, and then we moved here about 9 years ago, so most of my life, yeah. I can't remember when Mum decided to move to Valleys. I think she'd had enough of Cardiff. Same as Dad, because he's Cardiff too. Yeah. But they much prefer the Valleys.
Do they?
Yeah, much prefer.
Yeah, I was going to ask, like, what do they kind of say, like, living up here?
It's a lot different in sense of like camaraderie and stuff. Like everyone knows everyone. Everyone's really friendly with one another. But where we lived in Abercynon before I didn't enjoy it. It was very like bully mentality. So yeah, since we moved up here, it's been much greater.
Really?
Yeah,
I'm
like
glad you.
yeah, best friends with the neighbours. We know everyone in the estate. Like it's one of them.
Yeah.
One of them.
Yeah. So how long ago was you in Abercynon?
I think we moved here in 2016, 2017.
So you grew up in Abercynon?
Yeah,
kind of,
yeah.
and
I didn't enjoy it.
no. And you're 24 now, and you feel like you're a different person up here.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Come up my shell a lot more.
Good. What would you say is the best thing of living up in Ynysybwl?
Just that valley mentality of like everyone knowing everyone. You can have a conversation with anyone in the street. Like it's not awkward. It's not strange. You can ask anyone for help. It's just a really, I don't know. I can't think of the word. Like
Yeah, I know. Good community.
good community. Yeah, it is.
And is there any negatives that you find living up in Ynysybwl?
I mean, every place has negatives. When I first moved here, it wasn't as welcoming as it could have been. But again, that's just the small village mentality. People are a bit wary of who comes in, and they get like that around here, which I respect. But since I've been living here longer now, it's much different.
Yeah, you are part of the furniture.
Yeah.
So describe in a couple of words Ynysybwl.
I don't know. Really warm, welcoming. I don't know, put me on the spot now.
Oh yeah. I'll tell you what, give me a rating out of 10.
It's 8.
To live. 8 out of 10.
Yeah, 8 out of 10.
You can't put
Miles is buzzing in the background.
I'm happy with that. Yeah.
Oh, thank you. Lovely
You're very
talking to you.
welcome. Lovely to meet
Thank
you
you for
too.
letting us chat.
Thank you very much.
That's okay.
Cheers.
Have a nice day.
Take care.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye. Yeah, so what do you like? We've only just started in the village here. But what's your initial reactions to getting in here and having a little drive through?
Obviously, well, I came through the mountain.
Yeah.
Not from Glyncoch. Went down the high street. The pubs are rammed.
Yeah.
I feel that this is a typical Welsh town that, like, is influenced and evolves around the sport in the community.
Yeah.
Rugby's like a big thing up in Ynysybwl, and
Yeah.
if you don't play rugby, your brother or your sister's boyfriend or your parents, someone played for them or represented the club in some way or another.
In some shape, yeah.
Which I think is unique and good. Like people have been friendly. I've had a lot of Ayatollahs,
Yeah.
I get the impression there's a lot of Cardiff fans here. Which
There is, mate. Yeah.
good.
There is. Yeah.
But yeah, it's weird, isn't it? Because it's split between a classic old mining town, terrace houses, and then you've got the sites at the end.
Exactly. It's like either end. So they're like everything in between. You've got, like I said, DYC and BYC and everything in between.
Yeah.
So Dana Cribbin down the bottom here, Beth Capel up the top, and a whole lot of village in between. And we've got a little bit further on as well after Beth Capel.
It's like
the
they had
area
the
of like
town.
Old Ynysybwl is right up the top. So maybe we'll have a little glance up
So
there
they
as
had
well.
the town, the old town,
Yeah.
terrace houses. And when more people came in, they were like, right, where are we going to build? I know, let's just build on both edges.
Yeah.
You know, expand that way rather than just plopping anywhere, which
But you see,
makes sense.
Yeah, you'll see as we go through the village now, you'll see how it's almost like it feels like it's not meant for cars. It's very tight, especially like this
tight. Like,
this
how is
time
that
this
car?
time of night. Yeah, you know, this time of night now, this evening, it is very tight through the streets, the windy streets. So yeah, you'll have a scout of that now as we're going through.
So when I have spoken to other people, maybe again it's just same as anywhere else.
Yeah.
Don't know the area. Oh, that's rough. But I've heard a lot of people say Ynysybwl is quite a rough town. Would you agree or disagree?
Again, mate, like we said with the places you've seen previously, places we visited as well. I think everywhere comes with that little bit of a reputation, and people have like maybe a one and done impression. So they've been there once. Oh, I was going out with a girl up there once. I only went up there once.
Brother
blah blah blah. Yeah, something like that. You know, something along those lines. So. Yeah, it's horses for courses, mate. I gotta be honest.
And you know what? Like I'm not sure. I know they got a good rugby team and stuff, but
Go down this way.
Fairwater, where I'm from,
Yeah.
a lot of its reputation came from Fairwater Rugby.
Yeah.
Came from the Bulldog pub where the Fairwater people drunk, you know.
Exactly, mate. Yeah.
Oh, it's rough that Bulldog, rough pub that.
Yeah.
You know, so it's like reputations could come from not just living here.
It comes before it. Sometimes
sports.
it precedes you. Do you know what I mean? Your reputation precedes you.
Yeah.
A lot of people, the first thing they think of when they think of the Bull is Bull Rugby.
Yeah.
It has been the heartbeat of the village for as far back as even when the mine was up.
It's not a bull, is it?
It's on the badge.
They've got bulls,
There's
have they?
there's a bull on the badge.
Even though bull is, it's not
bull,
meant to
it's
be
like
a bull.
BWL. Yeah.
That's funny.
But there's a bull on the badge. Yeah, we'll see the badge later on now because there's a game up
I
there.
did see two boys on the way, but we had.
Yeah, most people you'll guarantee you will see someone with a bit of a stash on, a bit of a kit on.
And again, quickly, just going back to like reputation, interactions, word of mouth. Some of these people have probably never ever been to Ynysybwl. They probably played for St Albans Rugby.
Yeah.
And Ynysybwl came down and gave them a fucking eye. They knew like they were nuts. They were.
It's more likely that they've come up here because a running joke that, like I say to people as well, it's cold in July up the wreck because it's so open. It's such a big, because you've got like a big field in behind, so a big like farming field. It is genuinely cold in July up there. It's very rare you get a warm day up there. So when your teams are coming from Cardiff, however rough and tough they might be, they come up there. It's not really that an enjoyable place to play against, and it's we managed to get results from that.
You can't choose where the coal pits are.
No, exactly.
It just had to be here, didn't it?
Exactly, mate. Yeah.
Mad, madness. Yeah, of course it is. Yeah.
Hiya. Yeah.
Hiya, I'm Simon from Cardiff. I moved up to Ynysybwl 3 years ago. Best place I've ever moved to. Neighbours are brilliant. You walk down the shop and what happens? The old ladies are out, morning love. It never happened in Cardiff.
What part of Cardiff are you from?
Rabina.
Yeah, and you'd think Rubina.
Yeah.
It would be there, wouldn't it? That community sense.
Lovely people. I got my neighbours, I got friends down the road, they'll do anything for you if you need something done in your house. It's a proper community.
When we moved in.
Yeah. They helped us when we
All
moved
band
in.
together, don't we?
Yeah. Proper community.
Yeah.
Was you apprehensive?
Yeah.
I was, but unfortunately I couldn't afford to buy in Cardiff. I was renting in Cardiff. I bought here and I can afford to live here. And I said the people are lovely.
Wouldn't go back to Cardiff, definitely not.
No, I definitely wouldn't go back to Cardiff. So even if I won the lottery tonight and there's 10 UK million years, I'd find something locally around here because I love the people.
Yeah.
That's great.
Nice people, and the kids are lovely. They swear a bit more, but
Yeah, it's mad, isn't it? Like, since I've been doing these vlogs, it's made me so proud to be Welsh and love the valleys. And I've even thought about it, like, I might move up here. Like, I don't know where, but I love it. And it's not just financially. I truly mean that. Like, the people are really nice up here, aren't they?
You can leave your door open and not stress about it because you know your neighbours are looking after you.
yeah,
Exactly.
Everyone's
Everyone's keeping an eye out for each other.
Yeah.
I walk out in the morning, I pop down the local co-op to get my paper on the weekend when I'm not in work. I leave the door open, I don't even think about it.
Yeah.
You know, when people used to say to me, "Oh, the valleys are 10 years behind time," or it's the place where time stood still. I'm glad that it is like that in a good way. I used to look at it in a bad way. It's an actual good way.
Yeah.
You know, it is the 80s, the 70s of the areas of Rubina, Fairwell,
Friendship.
where people
Yeah.
would look
The
at.
morals are still here, and that togetherness and that.
And compared to Cardiff, it's affordable as well.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. You know, it's like the cities are struggling, and they big time, mate.
It's 22-minute drive into work in Cardiff.
Yeah, it's some parts of getting to the other side of Cardiff. It was 22 minutes, you know.
When we
Yeah.
were living in Rubina, I drive from Rubina to the city centre. It would take me 35-40 minutes. I drive from here to my work and it takes me 30 minutes.
Yeah. Do you know what I mean? It's mad, isn't it? So you would never leave then, no? You're not
I
here?
wouldn't leave now. Wouldn't leave. Even if I won the lottery, as I said, 10 million tonight, there's a little cul-de-sac up there with a nice little bungalow. I'd buy a nice little bungalow and I'd stay, because compared to Cardiff, it's a different world.
Yeah.
People are nicer.
Did you ever think years ago when you was growing up that
No.
you'd end up residing in the
No
valleys?
way, no way.
It was scary, wasn't it?
I'd lived in sort of the posher areas of the city, like Land, if I lived all my life.
Okay, yeah. Well, I'm just up the
now-
road from me.
And then we've gone from Llandaff to Gabalva, and then Gabalva to here, and Gabalva is rougher than here, definitely. People are nicer.
Yeah, yeah. If you could describe Ynysybwl in a couple of words to finish us off.
Close enough to Cardiff, nicer people. People who will actually look after you if you look after each other. And they seem to respect each other. People respect each other.
Thank you very much.
There we go.
Thank you very much, mate.
Thank you.
Was that all
Lovely
right?
speaking to you. Yeah, it's great. Thank you very much, mate.
Great, yeah.
How are you doing?
What's your name, mate?
Brandon.
So you watch the podcast, don't you?
Yeah, I watched the Glyncoch one the other day.
Yeah. What do you think of it?
Oh, not bad.
Did I do it right?
Yeah. Describe the place decent, like.
Yeah. Well, we're doing Ynysybwl. My friend here, Miles, he lives here. He's from here.
Oh, yeah.
Nice to meet you, mate.
And a lot of people
Okay.
recommend
Top
it.
man.
They like.
Yeah.
What's your name?
Brandon.
Brandon, that's it. Have you lived here all your life?
Yeah, pretty much.
What
Since
you-
I was like 1 year old.
What do you think of it?
Quite nice, if you know the place, like.
Yeah.
Not bad.
Well, is that?
You know, some places are better than others, like.
Yeah.
You got, Dana. Then you've got. You just got, yeah.
We've been here.
Yeah.
We've just explored this bit, yeah.
Yeah, you've got Dana here. Then you've got. It's quite a big place. You've got, as you go down there Robert Street, you've got like the co-op. The Robertown pub's quite a nice place. And then you can go like up towards the wreck. Jesus Christ, do you know what that be?
No, what's that?
We're going to go up a wreck, and we're the boat play.
Yeah.
Upper wreck's quite right. Then it's like Bertha Capel, which is like on top of the bowl.
What's that like, Bears?
I haven't really been up there much, but when I went up there, it's like a bit like Dana.
Like this bit, yeah.
Yeah, a bit.
Okay. That's kind of how you explained it. as
Yeah,
well, isn't
yeah.
it?
So you got, like I said, you got BYC and DYC, so they
Yeah.
they are quite similar in their ways, but yeah.
Oh yeah. Well, give me a word to describe Ynysybwl.
It's like, don't really know. It's sound.
Sound.
Love it.
Thank you very much, mate. Hey, take care, Brand.
Nice one, Bran. Catch you around.
Thank you.
Nice one, bro.
Mate. What a
Yeah.
Yeah. So it always warms my heart when I see someone who like follows or watches the stuff. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly, mate.
And it helps a bit more as well then when we're doing the vlogs, innit? So people, you know, you're not having to say the same old story to people of why I'm doing this.
Yeah, exactly, mate.
People get the memo, like.
Yeah, they're already familiar, like.
But what, you know, when we were speaking the other day, do you think that was right, like, you know, to say, like, what would be better, just coming up any old day and just doing it? Or do you think it's better letting everyone know? Because I feel if you let everyone know, it's not as natural.
No, I think you've got to have a bit of a mixture, mate. Like when we come across brand number there then, and we had a chat to that couple that had moved here from Cardiff. You know, I think it is a lot more natural, with an element of, you know, I've got a bit of structure as well. But yeah, I think we have got to have that natural.
You let people know we're coming. And
Exactly.
They all come out like, then it's like, is this really what it's like?
Nah, I know.
You know, we want to speak to the people from there. We want to represent it.
Of course.
But it's a mixture of like, I don't know if I've even got it fully to a T why we're doing this, but I just feel like I want to know what it's like to live here on an average day.
Yeah.
And if I tell everyone I'm coming up and everyone shows up, that's not an average day.
Exactly, mate. Yeah.
So I put it on Facebook, I put Ynysybwl, but it was like
mysterious, yeah. that element of surprise is still going on, like yeah. I'm not definitely coming up, but I might be coming up. Like I said, I'm not like biased, but you see how friendly people are. Do you know what I mean? It's, you know, you got people waving to you there out of the cars, and like you said, you've seen plenty of Ayatollahs already. So yeah.
That's been a positive,
exactly, mate.
What is this place called?
United Services Inn, or the Bomb.
The Bomb.
The Bomb is affectionately known as, yeah.
Have I set you up with the right gentleman, boys?
Shut up, I'll see you after.
I'm sure I've set you up with the right man there.
This is the Wayne I was talking about.
We're going to come see you too.
We got to have a chat with you, haven't we?
Not me, boys, not me. no, there's a serious game of darts going on there. It's a competition thing, like.
So is dart still, like you said about the first world champion being from Ynysybwl, is dart still big in Ynysybwl?
Yes,
there's plenty of teams, isn't it?
What's his name? There's so many tablets, my mind is gone now. His photographs on the board out there. One of the first.
Yeah, Leighton Rees.
Leighton
yeah, so I just took Cullen up to Leighton Rees Close now.
Oh, right, yeah.
And like, obviously not.
Well, on the notice board just out in through the door, there's a picture of Leighton Rees and our used to be chairman when he was a club, Alex Parker, as a youngster. So you can have a look at that as well. Like, and,
well, yeah, we had a conversation with a couple of the locals earlier on, and he was saying about the sporting history as well as the mining history of the village. Yeah. And to have the first ever world champion darts player from the village is quite an honour, as well as rugby internationals, football internationals, the British and Irish Lion as well from the village.
In the centre, if you're up there in the daytime, Monday or Wednesday or whatever in the week, they've got a notice board in the centre with all the people who have achieved things within the community. And you'll be surprised the number of people, especially in rugby, but in other fields as well. It's marvellous, you know,
for such a small village.
For such a small
village.
It's
a very, very proud village. We're very
Paralympics and things like that. It's, I just remember Julie used to live just a year. I remember sponsoring her to go on the Paralympics, and she came second with her food, something like that.
Incredible achievements that have come from the village. So it's
they're very strong-willed that way, like, you know. It's,
how long have you lived up here?
I came here when I was about 16.
Right.
So that's
only about 20 years, right?
Yes.
Give or take 20, 21 years.
Wow.
No, a little bit more. I'm 75 now.
Fair enough. Yeah.
But yes, way back then.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
And what things have you noticed have changed the most about the village?
It used to be a very tight-knit community. Outsiders weren't, I wouldn't say not welcome. That's the wrong way to put it, but they were they were treated as strangers. You know what I mean? Until you worked your way in.
Yeah. Warm to a bit.
That's right, and then you became, but you never ever would be classed as a bull boy unless you were Boy, yeah, like, so I've been there all those years,
You're
and
still
I'm
not a bull boy.
I came from Tonopandi, you see.
Right, okay.
But you can't ask why I came from Tonopandi.
Right. that was our next question.
Was it because the problem when I first moved over,
Yeah.
everyone wanted to know who are you? Because that was a standard question in those days, and you tell them, and they say, oh, well, what are you doing here? Well, I live here now, and who do you live with? Well, I lodge with Mrs. Green up in Augusta Street. Oh, with Nelly. Oh, right, okay. Well, why have you come here? I said, well, the government sent me. Oh, right. Why did the government send you? Well, because there was too much inbreeding going on. and you could see, because no one would talk that way, there was a look of amazement on their faces. And it just broke the ice.
Yeah.
Like no somebody else said. Yeah.
That's great.
Yeah.
But no, they've got a good sporting history in this village as well.
Yeah.
And we've had, I used to coach the walking rugby team that we had here. Our last game was down the Principality in 2018.
Oh, so that's what you were saying just then about that. I thought it was just a joke.
Yeah,
you seriously have played it.
Photographs are on the wall over there.
That's
as well,
fantastic,
right?
mate.
Yeah. And then of course COVID and all that came then, and it didn't revive after that because we had a lot of women on the team who were better than any men.
Wow.
They used to frighten everybody. We played JPR's team in Pontypridd, and they had him because they accused him of running instead of walking. and I've known John for many years, because in the fire service we used to play as the oldies, but there was only two of us were old, and that was me, and he used to play for the police. South Wales Police, you see.
Yeah.
So then we'd walk along the touchline and let the others get on with the game. Like, but sad to lose players like that as well. But they all get older. But you get characters coming on now, but not so many.
Yeah.
There used to be hundreds of characters in this village, same as others, but now they're few and far between. Like Wayne, who just passed there now, like, you know. Wayne Kidwaller down the Kidwaller family, yeah. But he's a character on his own.
Well,
like, you know.
they say now, don't they, there's a term, NPC, which means non-playable NCP or NPC, is it? Yeah. And it means like just... And now, you know, like when you play on a computer game and you're the main player, and in the world there's all these people. It's just computers. There's a lot of NPCs around, isn't there? Lack of characters, you know.
They're just sort of all
existing.
conform into the same way. Filling in a template and just going on. But this village was grown on characters, wasn't it? There's always been a lot of characters up the village of all different ages, coming from different. Walks of life, really. You know, cut from a cloth where, you know, you are a character, you're known as a character.
And when you think of the characters that used to work in the pit, this place here, when my pit was going,
I can imagine,
full all day long, and the Corn Club, Robertown, the Lady Windsor, which was, you know, do you remember the Lady Windsor? I remember sitting in there when the floor of the lounge give way down into the cellar. That was a very dodgy. They pulled it down just afterwards. Like,
I didn't know a lot about that pub, but I seen a photo of it. I think it's in the con. I seen a photo of it, and I just wanted to know more because I was born on Clydach Terrace.
All right.
So I wanted to know. Because obviously it was down by there.
Is that the old side of
bit more?
Ynysybwl?
It's just before. So as we were heading towards the pool.
Because I'd like to know what it was like back then. Was it just this centre part of the terraces that was here? And, you know, because this obviously the bottom end and top end site wasn't there. And obviously other houses have been built. Would it have just been this kind of main strip here?
Well, this place here, from this area forward, was an old house. It was a doctor's house and surgery. And I've got all, with the deeds of this place, I've got all the old deeds and
surveyors
lease
stuff.
Letters and dates from way back, you know, when it first... And then they bought people started a club and bought it, and then they added on as they saw fit. Like, so we added the hall in about, I think it was the 70s, and that was a big job, that hall up there. Like. But yes, it's a lot of interesting things, and we got ghosts here, so
Yeah?
yeah.
Tell us more.
Well, like, we were here when we were sat over there. Quite a lot of us on the tables, the gangers. And do you know Di Sticks?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, that's another character. Di Sticks was there with this young lady who was from Caerphilly, and she was a nurse. But she was also a medium, you see. And she's there, you know, she's all the boys, as you can imagine, John Slater, Beth Williams, and all of that crowd, like. And she was reading their palms now because they were all laughing and joking. And Karen worked here then, and she hadn't long lost her husband who used to work here as well. Okay. And we were sat over there, and she was reading my palm, and all of a sudden she stopped. And she looked up that way and followed as if she was following someone walking down. And all the boys were looking, and Karen will tell you the truth of this. And Karen said, what are you looking at? Oh, there's two people walking down the aisle there. There's no one there.
Don't listen to a word he says, he's full of shite! Don't listen to him! Don't listen to him! Don't listen to him!
I'll come along and chat now in a minute. So as they
that's that character, isn't it?
Yeah. As they walked down, Karen said, what are you looking at?
You got some patience, I tell you.
And they found these two people walking down. And she said, well, describe them. And she described the one who was Karen's late husband. Now, you can say, oh yeah, well, everyone knew Roy. So, you know, she could be just saying, you know, that like. But she described the other one as a young lad of 18, leather jacket, jeans and what have you. And she described a friend of mine who lost his life when I lived over Pontypridd. And no one would have known anything about it.
It's followed you.
And then you think, hang about now, this is, you know, and just after I bought the place, the double doors up the hill, they weren't there then. You walked up the stairs and then there were the doors.
Yeah.
And I was over the centre having breakfast. And Tombstone, you know Tombstone? Yeah, you know Tombstone. He came in and he said, I've just been shouting at you. I said, what do you mean? I didn't hear you. No, he said, when he was over the club now, because he could see me on the corridor as you walk in through the windows. I said, I've been here having breakfast. No, he said, you've been there. Oh, you opened the door and went in. I said, I couldn't have. I said, because I'm here. Oh, right, he said. Looks exactly like you. I said, well, it wasn't. Because so, yes, there are things that you can have your own mind on things, you know, like that.
You believe in ghosts, then?
But, you know, when you...
Well, there's a lot of history here, isn't there? A lot of people have lived here and died here, and like you said, the mines
A lot of
and
people
stuff.
pass through. A lot of people pass through the village, and there's a lot of space where there used to be a lot of life in the village. So you know,
exactly.
Who's to say there's not something there?
That's right. Yeah.
Residual energy, they see, don't they? Like, you know, as well, where
Wouldn't
people.
surprise me at all. Wouldn't surprise me at all.
I come from Pontypridd, and they were close communities there, but because they were all joined on up the valley.
Yeah, they go into each other. Don't
It
they?
wasn't the same as just one isolated place.
Well, Ynysybwl isn't it? Like, it's very unique.
That little bit away from everything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you want to take a photograph now of Leighton Reese?
Yep.
We will.
And our team up on the wall playing a bit, me receiving my medal.
He wants to get that in, don't he?
I'm being interviewed because when we finished the game, I walked off and I came back on. As I came back on, they were doing an interview for walking rugby and whatever.
Yeah.
And the guy said to me, he said, excuse me, he said, you're Clive? I said, yeah, that's right. He said, can I have an interview? I said, well, if you want to, why me? Yes. No, he said, the boys have said that you've had 3 heart attacks, like, and you were, because it was to promote how good it was.
Yeah.
Same as
The
football.
benefits of the game.
The benefits of just doing the, whatever. And I said, no, they told you lies. Oh, he said, I thought so. I said, I've had 5 heart attacks.
Sold you short there, didn't
Oh,
they?
fair
He
play
said,
to you,
what?
mate.
And I had another one later than that, again after that.
Six,
But
wow.
so we had an interview, and he said, well, what's wrong with you altogether? So that took about 10 minutes to tell him. And only now I've realised, the past month, that my right lung have gone now, so I haven't got that anymore. And different little things like that, like, So,
Wow,
I've got over cancer. I've got over, what was it, nearly 3 months in hospital with COVID.
Yeah.
Straight away after, stomach problems, and from the year 2000,
Look at him.
it's been a slog, but it's been good fun.
He's still up and about.
Still kicking.
All in the mind.
Yeah.
You're still kicking.
All
Yeah,
in
tell
the
the
mind.
people that. Tell anyone struggling with any illnesses now. Tell them what you just said then. It's all what?
What have I got? We'll start off. I've had 6 major heart attacks. My heart is working on 27%. I've got AF. Twice they've rushed me in to Royal Glam with raised heartbeat, raising to 256 on the table down in the hospital when they had to stop my heart and restart it on 2 occasions. So we moved from that to my lungs. I've just lost my right lung now. I had cancer treatment for cancer of the esophagus the beginning of the year 2020. That finished on Easter Friday. On Easter Tuesday then I had to go back to hospital because I lost so much weight. I was down then to 13 stone. I'd lost about 5 stone. Wow. And when I went down, they said, oh, you've got COVID, you've got to stay. So I was in there then for nearly 3 months. That's when I gave up smoking.
Wow.
So I come out of there with twisted bowel syndrome. And now I've lost my right lung. And I've been diagnosed with liver cancer now.
Wow.
So they're working on that.
How do you feel mentally?
Superb. What it is, and just handle it. There are simple as.
Finish you with this then. Describe Ynysybwl in a couple of words.
A couple of words. A lovely place. It's changed from what it used to be, but it's changed in line with everywhere else. So it's still a nice place. There are still lovely people here. Everywhere you go, you've got the ones that's not so nice, and we got our share, but we still got the nice people as well. Yeah.
Awesome.
Clive, it's been a pleasure to meet you.
I know, and I don't
Thank
charge.
Yeah.
That's free. I'll show you a photograph now. And you
Come and
must
show us.
remember
Top
that.
man, thank you very much.
Don't tell my missus I'm showing you this.
In the stash.
You were stood there for ages. You didn't even get your drink.
Well, that's my martial arts certificate.
You've done a bit of everything, haven't you?
That's what I used to be.
Clive, check the size of you there. Big lad, isn't he?
Oh, that's one of the boys waiting.
The hall upstairs. So yeah, we've got the teams up there waiting for the games.
Wow. Lovely couple. Wow, Clive. That's a lovely photo, that, mate. He looks different, doesn't he, eh?
That's down Newport Barracks, that is.
The barracks?
Yeah. At one of the special guest speaker at one of the Christmas dues down there. Now, at that time, and we can't record this, at that No.
Turn around.
No.
That's probably the best mullet in the valleys, that is. I've seen a few, but that's better than Andrew Biggie Morris's. That is.
That's the whole point.
So, are you from Ynysybwl?
No, Glyncoch.
Oh, are you?
Yeah.
Oh, we done Glyncoch the other day.
Yeah.
Lovely place.
I've seen it.
Yeah, good people, innit?
Yeah.
What you reckon about the quarry?
bad. I used to go to school up the top and
Oh, this is quite unique then. So yeah, we've heard like the people in the school have been really scared about it and stuff.
yeah, my niece goes to the top school and she's like scared that this gonna be like Aberfan disaster.
Yeah.
So
It's not nice, is it?
No.
You know?
Yeah.
If you could say like some of the owners of the quarry saw this, what would you say to them?
Stop the quarry.
Yeah. What's your name?
Johan.
Yo, nice to meet you, mate. My name's Colin.
Cheers.
Nice to meet you. But no.
Oh, mate, that's it.
Right
So
there, wrong.
unlucky. So unlucky.
And then there's Clive in the stadium.
That's Clive.
There's Clive there, yeah.
That's mad. He's changed a lot, haven't he?
Walking rugby.
Go on, Clive.
I didn't make the cut then, but
What?
I didn't make the cut. There we go.
Look at that. Good fire, please.
Yeah.
Wow. Fair play. Fair play. Again.
Man is a tidy person. Right, now I'm turning you on now to tidy mode. Right, okay. Good boy. Exactly. I'm sorting it.
Okay.
Just say what Ynysybwl's like in a couple of words for us.
Oh, it's Twilight Zone. Last time I was here was a couple of years ago, and it was the Twilight Zone. I haven't been there since I've been back. Mind, it's much better. I haven't been anywhere though. That's what the Twilight Zone makes you feel like. So yeah, it's good. Ynysybwl is a fine little village. Yeah, people live here, die here, have sex, get married. They do all the things that people do everywhere else. Yeah.
Thank you very much.
No, you're welcome.
Thank you all for tuning in to Ynysybwl Part 1. I'm not going to give a meaningful outro on the village right now. I'll do that on Part 2, but there was just so many people to speak to, and the village is that big that we only explored half of the place. So either if you're watching this live, tomorrow Part 2 will be out, or click here in the description to watch Part 2. Stay central.
The Central Club.